everyone, and welcome to 30-Minute Mastermind with, where's Laurie? Laurie isn't here right now. Laurie McGilvery, maybe she's gonna jump in later on. She lost her internet. Simon Turkis is here this week. And myself, Diana Nendel. And today we're gonna be talking about the topic on purpose. On purpose and how it is possible to thrive in seemingly difficult situations. And we couldn't think of anyone better than our guests being on this show on that special topic, other than Christine and Tim Dowd from Living with MS in Tenerife. They are truly an example and an inspiration for so many people, as they have their own YouTube channel, very successful YouTube channel called Living with MS in Tenerife, LWMST. Go check it out later on. And they share their day-to-day life, basically, how it is living with multiple sclerosis on Tenerife, on the island of Tenerife. So let's hear from them how their life is, and just share with us. Thank you so much, both of you, for being on the episode 13.
And you're very welcome.
Thanks, guys.
Hi.
Tim and Christine, could you tell us a little bit why you started your YouTube channel and how it has evolved to what it has evolved already?
Okay. I've always been a bit of an exhibitionist, and I've always been interested in video. So it sort of came about that I wanted to do something that I was creating videos and putting it out there. And I used Facebook, I've used Vimeo, and eventually YouTube to do that. The original portion was basically me just putting out videos of what I fancied. And then I thought, well, I need a purpose for the channel. So I started it. It was actually called something different at the beginning. It was called Got a Minute. You got a minute? And it was short, punchy videos that just talked about current events. I actually deleted all those when I started Living with MS, so when I rebranded to Living with MS. They weren't that good. They weren't great production value. And also they dated very quickly. So if you didn't know what the local thing was, then it didn't make any sense 6 months later. So I deleted all those. But when we came over to Tenerife, I did this before we got here. When we came over to Tenerife, I was working as a magician and looking after Christina at the same time. And then eventually Christina became full-time, and I started being a full-time carer, so I don't go do magic anymore in the hotels and stuff. So I'm a full-time carer, but to me that wasn't enough. I was climbing the walls. So I thought I'll reinvigorate the YouTube channel to give, first of all, me something to do, and maybe give a little bit of value to somebody else. So we decided to create the channel to be what it's like to be living Tenerife with MS, and we concentrated on the wheelchair aspect of it. What was the area like? So that was the beginning, really.
Okay. Yes, you have always been an inspiration, and I have a lot of admiration for what you're doing, as it is so inspiring for so many people out there, and especially in situations that are maybe difficult, but you were seeking something, some solution. You said climbing the wall. You gave yourself again a new purpose, doing all this, and inspiring so many other people. We are doing our Wednesday. There she is, Laurie. Welcome. So we were chatting along already. Yeah, and on Wednesdays, the balcony banter we are doing together, it is great having people joining. joining in and communicating in a new way. It's a new way of communicating, I guess.
Yep. I have some details of that as well, of how many people we had online. It's quite good on Wednesday, actually. Oh, I lost it. Hang on, just a minute. Studio. It's trying to get me to restream again. That's why. 2 seconds. Yeah, basically we did a lot of the balcony banter that we did with Giuliani has been going since June. I think the end of June, or the beginning of June. Sorry. So it was basically the lockdown thing, and when we got able to meet up again, we decided to do this portion of balcony banter. But it's the best bit because the people are now getting used to us being live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:55, and the Wednesday one they know they're going to get some in-depth discussion about a certain topic. Monday they're going to get a mystery of where we're going to be, and Friday is usually just me hanging around in a bar. So you got all the different types of things.
But you have also people contacting you when they come from the UK, for example, or from Germany. They contact you and they want to know more and meet up with you, right?
Yeah, in fact, we just got 2 emails today. We're going to meet 2 people in the next 2 weeks, and one guy in December, and a couple of people coming over to buy. So yeah, we're expanding our circle of friends physically also. We do obviously social distance and stuff when we meet them, but I think everybody who follows us tends to be in that vein. You know, they tend to take things seriously.
Exactly. And it's fantastic. It's a fantastic opportunity to do that, and especially right now for people to still come and join in.
Yeah.
As same as we are doing on the 30-minute mastermind. I mean, Simon is in the UK, Laurie on Fuerteventura, and we are on Tenerife, so we can still be connected, although we are on different places and locations, which is amazing. So
yeah, got to be thankful for this technology at the moment.
say again, Simon?
We've got to be thankful for this technology at the moment. Like, it's really helping a lot of people who otherwise might get really down and isolated. You can still keep in contact, especially video technology like this. And
absolutely.
In fact, my nephew, my brother's son, works in Manchester in an IT department, and he's just asked for people to fill in a survey about Zoom fatigue. So that's actually a thing now, I believe, Zoom fatigue.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, he's asking about it. You know, do people get fatigued being on Zoom? I think it's great. I mean, anytime I'm in front of a camera, I'm like on, you know.
You are loving it.
Yeah, even when I open the refrigerator and the light goes on, I do 5 minutes.
love it.
Tim,
How did you get started with? That's been my big question since Julian's been talking about all of this. How did you actually get started?
With entertainment or with YouTube?
With Balcony Banter, was it an evolving thing that happened? Or?
It did evolve. Did we discuss that before, or was that offline?
Yes, we did. That was my first question.
Okay, so
I hadn't been able to get on yet.
let me just précis it. Basically, it started off as Got a Minute, and it was just me doing stuff about local, topical subjects that dated very quickly. So I deleted all that stuff, and then I wanted to do Living with MS in Tenerife, which came to the point where we couldn't go out much anymore because obviously we didn't have the money or the funds to do it. And so we started off just talking about the weather and stuff on the balcony, and that became Balcony Banter. And then when I met Giuliani, we rebranded it again to be a discussion on the balcony. So it's had 3 phases of its life. And this phase we're doing at the moment is getting better, actually. In fact, we had our first live guest yesterday that dialed into our, like this is now, that dialed in to ask a question live. So it's getting better.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So
it's
where do you
very fun.
see this going? Where do you see this going, Tim?
I don't have a goal. I don't have a goal. What I do is, as long as it's fun, I'll keep doing it.
Mhm.
If it becomes a job, I'll have to rethink.
Yeah.
At the moment, we're being supported by, we got 4,000 followers on YouTube, and we have between, I'm trying to get the figure actually up, but I can't bloody see. Oh, am I allowed to say bloody? Let's just, oh, there we go. If I go to my, oh, that's COVID. Hang on. 2 seconds. I'm trying to look to find how many people we got watching yesterday, and that's for me. The amount of people watching is more important than the amount of subscribers. And we don't call them subscribers; we call them friends. So the people that regularly come and comment or come and watch are the most important to us. Okay, I got the studio. Continue the studio.
They are becoming, like you said, friends, because you give part of your life, basically,
Yes.
to them. So you open up from your heart and let them in, and then that's what they are becoming. Friends.
Friends, Romans, and countrymen.
Yeah.
So we had 727 views.
Wow.
And the peak concurrence were 246 people watching at one time.
Wow, that's really good.
Very good.
So yeah, I mean, we get between 200 and 300 people watching each live show. And if I've got a guest on like the McMaster or somebody who's more famous, he's got like 30,000 people, then I might even get 900 people watching. So to me, I think that there comes a responsibility with that also. And you've got to be sort of in the middle, I think, with your ideas. You can't be too radical. And I think you've got to be honest with the people. You know, tell them what's expected, what's not acceptable, what's acceptable. Because we do get a few trolls as well, don't we, Juliani?
Yeah.
And we do get a few people asking for Juliani's number, which we do not give out.
Do you have any tips for people that are thinking of doing something like you guys, but are maybe held back by something? Maybe they're a bit scared or a bit nervous. What are your tips?
Okay, if you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, basically you have to be some sort of extrovert, or you have to have something that you do with a passion. So you can actually be an introvert. Let's say you're a fantastic artist and you hate people. You live in your art world, but then a YouTube channel there will be like time lapse of you doing your drawings. So you can be an introvert and on YouTube at the same time. But you have to look into yourself and to say, do I want to put myself out there? And don't think about the people and the subscribers. That's important. Just do what you do and do it to the best of your ability. And someday somebody will pay you to do that.
Yeah.
I like that. Good advice.
That's again being on purpose, because
purpose
is not really being about the money. In the first place, it is more doing what you love to do with your passion, with your heart, and then if you do something with your heart, and the success or the rest will follow. And
I think
like you said, being you.
I just wanted to say that overnight success takes years.
That's it. Absolutely. It does.
That's a danger, isn't it, now with social media, especially, let's say Instagram. A lot of these influencers, they're just putting out the best parts of their life, and people think, oh, I can never compete with that. They don't put out all the hard work, like the weekly broadcasts and all those kind of things that you guys are doing, for example.
I know. I mean, I think that social media has sort of brought something new to the human race and also taken something away. And depending on which generation you're in, you can be either happy or sad about that. I look at my grandfather's generation. He lived from horse and cart to man on the moon, and all the changes that he saw. And if we look at Moore's law, that the technology capabilities will double every 2 years, then we're going to see leaps and bounds in our lifetime still at our ages. You know, we're probably, you're probably generation naughty or something like that. I'm probably generation, I don't know what I am, C or a beta maybe, I don't know.
I'm a millennial, yeah.
Yeah, we don't call them millennials, we call them naughties.
I think I'm in the baby boomer. I think.
A baby boomer, there you go.
I
There you
think
go.
so.
I think I am too. I was born in 1960, so I don't know what I am.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
a
56.
I'm a hippie then.
Yeah.
My real name is Moonchild Flimbin Flimbin Fatang Fatango Le Biscuit Barrel.
He keeps you laughing, I would imagine, Christine.
Yeah, he does.
Yes.
That's my only job because I've lost my looks.
Oh,
She can't see anyway, so she thinks I look like Tom Cruise. I don't know what she wants with a 5-foot Scientologist, though. I don't know.
he does, Christine.
The people used to say I looked like David Soul when I was younger.
Oh yeah.
I used to tell them I'm his brother ass.
It's your voice, Tim. It's your voice.
Oh, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, you too can have an accent like mine for only $39.95 down and 3 easy payments of $9.95. Ring 1-800-NO-BRITS.
What is that? I saw it sitting there. Is that your microphone?
That's a microphone, yeah.
I always thought it was a beef feature, you know?
I thought it was some hat. I thought it was some little hat or hairpiece or something.
No.
You move it a little. Yeah.
There you go.
I love it. Always have fun. No matter what, always have fun.
I think that if you're not having fun, then something's going wrong, you know?
Yeah.
You can worry about life. You can worry about the future. We did a balcony banter about living in the now, and it's like using a purpose. And the purpose for living in the now is to concentrate on the things that are right in front of you. Because if you don't concentrate on the things that are in front of you, then you're not living life. You're preparing for something else. And I think we're taught as children to prepare for something that never arrives. And it's a real shame. And if we could all live for now, I mean, Carl Sagan, I saw a meme today, in fact, where Carl Sagan was talking about nuclear war and saying the Cold War is basically two people with diametrically opposed views sitting in a pool of gasoline, and one of them's got 3 matches and the other's got 5. You know, so mutually assured destruction. And I think a lot of people look to the future too much. What they should be doing is looking at now. Do I have enough to survive? Does my neighbor have enough? Am I doing everything I can to make the people around me happy, you know? And if everybody did that, well, the world be a great place.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you are doing an amazing job at that.
It's not a job. It's the way of life. I mean, you mentioned yesterday that, you know, people admire that we are doing this in the face of adversity. And we don't see it as adversity. We see it as the actual now.
Yeah.
And, you know, if it gets worse, it gets worse. If it gets better, it gets better. It was better. It's now got worse. If you think about those things, then you're not actually living now, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just say...
You said that you don't see it as adversity, and that it's more like from out of acceptance. That
acceptance, yes.
You are doing what you feel you should be doing, and what that you are living your purpose from what you feel you need to do, accepting the situation.
I don't want to give the wrong impression. Accepting the situation doesn't mean that you can't work to change it.
That's it.
But you have to first accept the situation you're in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That it isn't your fault. That, or it might be your fault, but you know why you're in the situation. You accept the situation, and then you do everything in your power to either change it if you're not happy, or keep it if you are happy. So
Yeah.
I think acceptance is the first step on the process of living. A lot of people are not living. They're either worried about what happened or worried about what's going to happen, but they're not actually living. Wake them up.
They're not solution focused either. They're not solution focused. They're focusing on all the negative of whatever is going on, rather than, getting creative of what can I do different and better.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can I do different or better with this to make life and the situation better?
And it's the small steps that are important. I mean, I'm a perfectionist, and I'm always stymied sometimes by saying I can't start something because it's not going to be perfect. And this action has taught, this live video has taught me that you cannot do that. You've just got to go straight through.
You just have to keep going.
Yeah, that moment's gone, and the next moment's coming. So being a perfectionist and not being able to start something, it affects quite a lot of people. And being a procrastinator affects a lot of people. I'm a procrastinator when it comes to washing up. I hate it. I hate
Christine.
it. She's just glad that she can't see.
Because I was blind, so.
She says that. She watches TV and then says she can't wash up. And then she goes, who's had the last chocolate? So I say, you can see that, can't you? Okay, I can't see the fork to wash up. Sorry, Tim.
I couldn't even stand.
She couldn't stand in front of the sink. That's right. Yes, that's right. How do you brush your teeth then? I'll dump all the forks in you can wash them up while you're brushing your teeth. That's another thing. That's another thing as well. You've got to be able to. When we did the thing about criticism, criticism, I don't care. That's another reason for being happy is don't take yourself too seriously. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Christina's thing is don't take it too seriously. And
yes.
I might die here, but if you look at this fantastic view we have,
Beautiful.
I don't know if you can see that.
Lovely, Tim.
It's pretty misty at the moment, but what we'd say is that if you look to the left of La Gomera, you're looking at Florida. If you look a little bit further down, you're looking at Mexico and Brazil. And if you look further down, you'll see in the coast of Argentina tapering away from you towards the Antarctic. So we look out at this balcony and we think we are so insignificant. At night, we look up at the stars and we think, I am not important, and that has been our savior, hasn't it? Really, yeah. Don't take yourselves. I was Mr. Important at work, but being here and looking after Chris and living life on a day-to-day basis has been fantastic.
Yes.
Would you
get
say
a pension?
You're much more likable.
I'm much more likable.
Yeah.
Is that a backhanded compliment? I suffered you for the first 20 years.
It's all upside. Great.
Tim, would you say that you said about living in the moment, living in the present, so important. Have you developed that mindset as you've got older, or did you have that?
No, it's a very new mindset actually. It's since we got here. I was always goal oriented and working towards something, and I found that was a good motivator, but it wasn't fulfilling because you either hit the goal and had a new one that you had to get, so you couldn't enjoy the moment, or you didn't hit the goal and you were disappointed in yourself. So, and those two emotions were just too much for me, really, especially if I wasn't in control of the whole situation. At least here on the balcony, I'm in control of the whole situation. Well, half the situation. At least I can get up and go,
You can't be scared of me. I can't do anything.
Oh, yes, you can. In that electric wheelchair, you can get me ankles, I tell you.
Always firing up.
Yeah, and she rolls over my feet with a wheelchair. Little sod. Yeah, but the living in the moment thing came with age and also with lack of property, if you like.
Mm.
So what happened was we came from me earning a lot of money and splashing out on whatever to living hand to mouth, if you like. And it sounds worse than it is. We're not, a lot of people here really do live hand to mouth. We spend all our money, is what I'm trying to say. We got no savings. So that sort of put everything in perspective for us, that you've got to sort of live, I don't say within your means, because I never do, but within your, I don't know how to explain it, but this living for now is, if you're okay right now, then that's okay. Don't worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, because tomorrow will take care of itself. It's another day.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't take care of yourself, then you got a little bit of work to do.
Nobody planned for COVID.
Nobody planned for COVID, no.
No.
So, in fact, a friend of ours went next door to the neighbor. He lives one floor down and one flat across. So there's 3 apartments on this floor, 3 on the next floor at the back now. And he lived down there. And so we'd sort of wave and we'd meet at the bar and go for a drink and stuff. He's a bit older than me. And he knocked on the door, couldn't breathe. And so we thought, oh, he's got COVID. So they couldn't call an ambulance, they said, because they couldn't speak Spanish. So I said, well, they'll speak English anyway, but I'll call. So I called the ambulance. The guys came, went in, and the next morning we got word that he died of a massive heart attack in hospital.
Oh no!
And he was playing golf that morning. So that also brings it in. You know, it's a sad portion, but he basically was doing what he loved up until the day he died, and that also rams it home. You know. He was 86 and active, you know.
How old did you say he was?
86 he was, 85.
Oh, so he lived a pretty good
He lived
life.
a full life, yeah. He was a pilot. He was insurance in Blackpool. Did a lot of good stuff. Came over here, captain of the golf club. You know, so he done quite well.
Yeah.
It's the thing that we always talk about, the living to live.
Yeah.
You know, if you're on that meter, I mean, there's the living to die meter and the living to live meter is the way I explain it. Mm-hmm. And if you're on that living to live meter, then that is how life goes. You just keep living it every day for today. And I want to be a better person tomorrow than I was today, a better person than I was yesterday. And you're living to live, and then boop,
yep.
That's it. Go to sleep.
If you live every day, as if it's your last, then one day you'll be right.
Yeah, that's it.
But you achieved to having a good attitude and towards life, and be satisfied and content with the situation, and that's what brings you the joy, and what brings you the success as well.
I think if you're honest with people, and if you're just honest with people, and people like what you do, as I said before, it doesn't matter what you do in life. Somebody somewhere is your fan.
Yeah.
You know, all you got to do is to make sure you put yourself out there and attract those types of people.
Yeah. Let your vibe attract your tribe, right?
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
That's it.
That's the motto.
Let me do that in your vibe attracts your tribe.
Woo! Woo! I think we're coming up on the time.
Are we coming to the 30 minutes?
Yes, it looks like that.
It goes quickly.
It goes quickly. It has been such a pleasure having you both on the show, and I'm sure it's not gonna be the last time.
No.
There's so much more to talk about, Christine and Tim.
Oh, well, just Tim, really. Christina doesn't talk very much.
No.
Oh, she sure did.
He did.
Don't get the chance to talk much.
Oh my God, I look like Jabba the Hutt.
Next time it's going to be the Christina show.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Hang on, we'll do it like this. There you go.
So please, everyone, check out TimothyDowd.com and Living with MS in Tenerife. The YouTube channel is LWMST, and go see what fabulous life Christine and Tim are living.
So
Thank you so much.
if you go inside, you see we're living with the mess.
Yeah, we're living with MS in Tenerife.
You sure made us laugh.
That's my job. That's my job.
Thank you both. Thank you so much
you for
for
joining
today. And really look forward to seeing you both again. We'll make sure that link is in today's video down below the
Okay,
video.
thank you.
Thank
And
you.
I'll let our guys know that I was on live and they can come in and discover your channel.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Tim
very
and Chris. It was
See ya.
fabulous.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Have a lovely week.
Bye.
Wishing you an amazing week ahead.
You too.